Alright, it is time for the final chapter of this high quality Ben 10 speedrunning tutorial. Run over here and pick up a fast travel to Slimy Swamp. We need to get to the start of the game again to talk to Gwen. And the fastest way to do this is to teleport to Slimy Swamp and then death warp back up to the start. I'll show you that now. So we're going to run over this way. You run up this hill and warp. There we go. Talk to Gwen, who looks so weird in this game, by the way. I never mentioned that, but she looks so strange. Once again, get out of bounds. Just jump over. This time you're going back to the Slimy Swamp to pick up a book. There's a marker, so not much to say on that end. By the time you get here, you probably still have the XL power bar from the boss fight. If you don't, it's actually a little bit of a tricky fight, if I'm being honest. Like, if you don't have the power bar, it takes a lot longer to kill these flying enemies. But I don't have it, and look, I'm coping, so it's not that bad, obviously. But I just want to mention, like, it can be pretty difficult. I've died here before. I think at like a world record level that would be enough to kill the run, but this game is not at a very optimized position. My world record is like 6 minutes faster than the previous world record. So I think it's safe to say that the game's not terribly optimized. Now we're going to run along this bridge to meet Gwen and Max at the Circle of Stones. This is where we're going to do the trials. And oh god, we have to do the Accelerate trial. This, if you've played the game before, you know it's not easy. But let's do it. It's not that bad. It's one jump that is really quite difficult. But I'll try and explain everything I know about the jump so that you properly understand what you're getting yourself into, instead of just like showing you it. I will explain it because it's tricky. Just come over here. Immediately go to the left. It's the hardest one, and it might it doesn't matter which order you do it in, but this first one is the hardest. I highly recommend doing this one first, because once you get through this, the rest of it's easy. So we don't have Wrath, and you need Wrath to get up here. How do we do it? Well, jump up here with Accelerate, jump up here with Accelerate, and then jump up here with Accelerate. So this first part's easy. You just jump up this wall. Not too bad, right? Then you're going to run to the wall using the speed up, like RT super speed. Let go of RT before you hit the wall. You don't want to bonk the wall. You can still land on it if you do. It's just not good to do that. Then, like, you can't get up here from this one, so you need to be on the one that's higher here, and it's impossible to stand on the one that's higher up than that. And then you want to jump outwards and try to land on the black diamond thing, like that. You want to land on this from down here, go around like that. Oh shit. Oh, okay. I guess you can kind of do it from this lower one, but it's definitely harder. So yeah, just get up just get up here onto this third little protrusion block thing, and then try and jump onto the black diamond like so. So that is the hardest part. If you've done that, breathe a sigh of relief, jump onto this part, line up your sort of camera with the black diamond, and then just hold RT, jump and run forward. You should get up onto it. And from here, all of the jumps are very simple. So Congratulations, you just did the hardest part of the game. And I don't exaggerate when I say that. That literally is the biggest run killer in the whole thing. And it's brutal that it's at the end. Jump around there. That's a little bit of a tricky jump, but after what you've just accomplished, you're basically a master at controlling this character, so you shouldn't have any troubles with it. Don't activate that switch. Jump over here, and then just jump up there. That one's not too hard. Just line yourself up with the poles and tap the jump button a few times. You don't need to be very precise. This segment, just go to the left and jump over all the holes. Not all the holes, because this one you want to go up the slope, but the rest of them you're just jumping up the holes. I guess you could go to the right side, but I don't think it makes a difference either way. And then we have a short combat segment. You should basically be a master at accelerate combat by this point, so there's not much for me to explain here, except this big enemy. The only way you can hurt it is this orb, so jump on top of it and then attack it. Well, you can hurt it from below actually, but you'll do less damage. You can hurt its feet, but it does less damage than hitting it like in the weak spot. I'm actually getting more consistent like instant kills, so I might try, like, if I come back to running this game, which I want to, but I'm busy, but yeah, if I come back to running it, I might want to try boosting into them more, because when I did that, also, look at my coins, I got 666, it's pretty scary. Yeah, when I did it originally, I didn't really instant kill enemies, because I was just worried I would miss, but I'm getting more consistent at it, so maybe I'll try that. So yeah, you did the trial, you broke the crystal. Now we have, I think this is Diamond Head and Heat Blast? Yeah, it is. Okay, this one's really... Okay, I'm not going to say anything. I have lost runs to this one. It's simple, but, you know, you always make mistakes, huh? Not you specifically, but, you know, people make mistakes. You're going to do the Diamond Head thing, create the thing, roll jump, hold R, and you can just do this for like half the course. So yeah, when I say it's simple, I do mean it. Like, this part is simple. However, the upcoming part, it's not hard. I tend to be nervous at this point because I've gotten over the hardest part, so I do mess this part up, but it's fine. It's basically short platforming segment. And so you can land on top of this and then do another one of these. Oh, never mind. We're just going to do it the other way. If you do land on top of that thing, you can bridge over to this part, but I missed it and it's not a big deal, so yeah. So this segment, I think there's a way you can jump over the top with oh yeah, I think you can jump off of the enemies or something. Yeah, just do that. Just do that. Honestly, just jump on top of the enemies. That's not what I did in my world record. If you want to see that, I went around. Let me see. Okay, I can't. Well, basically, I went around, and it's much more difficult. Just jump off of the enemies. You should be able to figure that out by yourself, like I just did. But yeah, just jump over the enemies. Save yourself the trouble of what I was doing. This fighting segment's really strange because you've got these enemies in the sky and enemies on the ground to deal with, and they're all shooting projectiles at you, and that's because you have a reflector. So if you want to, in this fight, put the reflector down, it might help you out. In general, I just attack the enemies, but sometimes you die. I have died in this fight a few times. Yeah, if that happens to you, I'm sorry, buddy. Yeah, this fight is a little tricky. Generally, I think if you want like maximum survivability, don't be afraid to take a break from the fight. Don't be afraid to run away for a second to heal. Um, but like in general, I just try to minimize damage by attacking them. But like you'll see the shield to reflect can be really handy here. Don't forget to use both of your aliens because they both like. Heat Blast does more damage, basically. Like his moves are just gonna apply more damage, but Diamond Head's attacks are kind of more flexible because he has projectiles, and obviously he can reflect projectiles. So, yeah, there are reasons to use both, and just kind of play it safe, honestly, because the risk reward is not worth it with just like charging in head first in this fight. You really should try to dodge them. Like, a lot of the combat in this game is mindless. I guess this would be one example where that's not true. Because that fight can be a little bit tricky, but yeah, no worries. You'll get over it. Like, you'll figure it out. And we only have one left. This one is pretty easy, honestly. You have Shock Rock and Forearms. You want to play as Shock Rock all of the time, pretty much. Switch to Forearms for the launches, but Shock Rock is faster. Like, yeah, equip them so that you can actually do the Shock Rock launches. But Shock Rock runs faster, so like, you know, for a speed run, it's pretty good. Anyway, at this point, don't fall. Yeah, at that point, you want to do a Shock Rock launch up to, like, on top of the wall. Not like that. Like that. And then just go to this one. So you don't actually need to land on the wall, but I think that's what I normally do. At this point, I will Shock Rock launch, grab that, and then go over to this one. Shock Rock launch up here. Pardon me. Shock Rock launch up there, and Shock Rock launch. You don't need to Shock Rock launch this part, you can just do normal grapples. This little combat segment, kill the big thing first, obviously. This thing just takes up space, it's gonna do damage, just kill it. And then kill these enemies. They can be knocked down onto the lower part. In general, you want to avoid that because that means you need to go down to the lower part to kill them. Yeah, like that. Whereas normal, like if I just killed them there, then I could just move on to the next part. Now I need to move down. So generally, you want to avoid doing that. So like, yeah, try not to hit them towards the edge. Sometimes it's just gonna be not unavoidable, but like impractical to avoid. So don't like worry too much if you do hit them down. I'm just saying, like, it can lose some time if you do that. And then we break the thing. When we can oh, what? You can jump up there. You don't need to grapple. There you go. I didn't even know that. We're discovering stuff. Anyway, that's the trials. Now we just have the final boss, which is really easy. It's just another combat segment. Like, I don't even know why I'm giving a tutorial for that. I know why. It's because of Accelerate Trial. But honestly, like, the rest of this is just combat. You're just mashing that X button, you know? Like, it's not too complicated. But we need to explain it all anyway. Turn into Accelerate and just run down to the castle. Or up to the castle? I don't know. Just go to the castle. Pardon me, I bonked. Get a little cutscenes, get through it. I'm yellow, I guess. I don't know what happened there. And now we have the boss fight. Yeah. So in order of like easiness, it kind of goes anti-clockwise or counter-clockwise, whichever clockwise. Basically, this one on the left, super easy, barely an inconvenience. Like this is very easy. It's just a bunch of these weak enemies. There's some bats flying around, but they're also weak, so yeah, this one's really quite trivial. And then this one is kind of medium difficulty because you know, it's not terribly difficult, but because of the flying enemies, it will take a little while to complete it. And also, this guy respawns once you kill him. You have to fight two of him. So yeah, as you can see, like I can hit him from below, but I'm doing way less damage. So really, you do want to hit him from above. But this isn't a speedrun, this is a guide, so I can be sloppy, it's fine. Actually, if you want to use your XL power bars, you probably have spare. Use them, man. Use them. This is the final fight. Yeah, as I said, he respawns, so you know, kill him again. And then bring this guy down here. Get this thing broken. Awesome, we're doing this game again. Let me up. And then this next thing, I don't have the audacity to call it hard, but it's the hardest one. It's the only one I've ever died on, but I still wouldn't say it's really hard. It is very similar to the Heat Blast Diamond Head section, except you have all your aliens. So like I said, this segment is not hard, however, it's the hardest. Just like the other segment wasn't hard, it was just harder than the one before it. And you can see here, like, I am close to death, so like, you can see how I would say, like, how I would die here. Because you have basically no defense. You're at the end of the game with no upgrade to your health at all. So it makes sense that you would be pretty brittle in the final fight. This segment's really cool. We're just gonna one-hit the boss by running into him. Okay, maybe two hit. Okay, maybe three hit. The point is, you just run into him.
All four crystals at my fingertips. How can I be defeated by a puny child? Bend to my will.
Physical world. He says that a few times. Bend to my will, physical world. I wonder if you could kill him on the way up by running into him. I've never managed to actually run into him, but I wonder... Yeah, like he flies, so... I guess you wouldn't be able to... What if I turned around though? What if I turned around? Then I could jump to him. Oh my god, I want to try that. Well, that's not part of this tutorial. After the cutscene, wait a second and then run into him, because if you just run straight into him, you'll miss. You want to take the opportunity to aim first. And like, chances are you're not going to one-shot. Try not to die, but chances are you're not going to one-shot. So, you know, repeat this as many times as you need. This laser does a ton of damage, as we just found out, so, you know, be careful. And that's the boss. Timing ends when the mission complete shows up, which is basically as soon as you kill him. And now you know how to speedrun the game.
And if not, at least I'll be ruining your vacations.
So, that is it for the guide. I don't think I need to teach you anything more, so bye.